Thank you, Mr. President, my honorable colleagues. I'd like to just reset for a moment. If we give our approval to this piece of legislation, we will be the first and only country in these 50 United States to do anything like this. We will be creating what's called a third-party right of private action. And essentially, as my colleague alluded to, you're letting a third person who is not a party to the contract between the motorist and their insurance company take the insurance company to court. It's not consistent with our practices of contract law. This isn't the type of innovation that makes Rhode Island seem business-friendly or an easy place to do business. And there's no real justification for taking this unprecedented step. This bill, as drafted, is extraordinarily one-sided. As Chairman McCaffrey mentioned when he introduced this bill, he very accurately stated this bill requires insurance companies to negotiate in good faith. When we hear that, it certainly sounds reasonable. We would want insurance companies to negotiate in good faith. Now, when they're negotiating, there are two parties to that conversation. The language doesn't request the parties negotiate in good faith. They want the insurance companies to negotiate in good faith. Now, perhaps we're supposed to take it on faith that the auto body shops will always, out of the goodness of their heart, negotiate in good faith and not take advantage of the extreme one-sidedness of this bill. But I really don't think that's going to happen. This is an anti-free market bill. Every business in Rhode Island is facing pressures right now. There are small businesses whose revenues have declined 60, 70%. That's not who we're helping with this bill. We're helping a small, select, connected group of companies who are just trying to increase their bottom line. I have no problem with a company seeking greater compensation for its services. I've had a number of conversations yesterday when I was contacted by auto body shops, and they told me that getting their business accomplished under the reimbursement rate of $44 an hour tightens their margins. But every business in Rhode Island has tightening margins. There is no reason for us to single out one industry and say your state legislature is going to step in and give you a one-sided piece of legislation to help you. It's been estimated that the average motorist, the average insured in the state, is going to pay an extra $164 per year as a direct result of passing this legislation. When you go to your constituents and ask for their vote, they may well ask you, did you vote to raise my insurance premiums? If you press the green button today, your answer is going to be yes. The 75% threshold, I think, has been a little bit misdescribed in this debate, but I would simply say there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to when cars are evaluated for being totaled. These auto body repair shops, they do have a great deal of professional expertise. They care about the safety of their customers. The insurance companies also have a great deal of expertise. Despite what may be said, they also care about their customers. Given the course of this debate, it's clear that the system of payment and compensation at an hourly rate for auto body repairs isn't working right now. There's a reason they bring their complaints to the legislature year after year. This legislation, I would say to our friends in the auto body industry, this legislation has scared the hell out of the insurance industry, so you've done your job. But if we pass this in place, it is just dead wrong. You know, this is my first term here. But I've spoken to a number of people around this building who have told me, and I won't use their names because they have relationships with this assembly, but they said this is the worst bill they have ever seen. The final remark I would make just regards to process. Anybody who picked up the Providence Journal on Tuesday morning and looked at page 6 saw a story about the worst of Rhode Island's government, about a bill that comes flying in at the last minute, one-sided, benefiting a small group of connected people. And here we are at 3 in the morning considering the same thing. You know, I hope not many people are going to be watching here what we do, but when they're going to notice, it's going to be too late. Their insurance premiums are going to go up. There's going to be no benefit to your constituents to this other than those few business owners. I think the appropriate thing to do with this legislation is to tell the insurance industry, listen, this is your last chance. We recommit this bill and tell them you come to the table and you work it out, or next year it's really going to happen. They didn't get enough of a chance to get that scared this year because this came out of nowhere at 100 miles an hour. And I tell you, what the perception of the public was is the same perception that I had, that this train was rolling down the tracks and there's nothing to do to stop it. I hope that I can be proven wrong tonight. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, we're going to adjourn in an hour or so, and our work is done for a 2-year term. I'm disappointed that more people in Rhode Island are out of work than when I got here. I'm disappointed that the public's confidence in what we're doing seems lower than ever. If we defeat this bill, or at the very least show that we can bring deliberation and patience to what we are doing here, we can take a step to restoring that confidence. I would ask you to join with me, if not to defeat this bill, I would ask the sponsor to move to recommit, and I would happily support that. Thank you.
Thank you.